Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Green Arcade. Good morning. I'm back. Playing some more Farming Simulator 25. Me and Shadow are here. Hey, Shadow, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Oh, yeah, he's a good boy. All right, buddy. All right, see you later, buddy. I gotta go. All right. So, let's see what we're gonna get into today. I've got everything running. Got the compost running, silage was running. The only thing I don't think I have running is the TMR or the pig food, but everything else, making manure, the grass dryer was running. We've got stuff for everything. One thing that I have discovered, the dryer back here, this is the one that takes the methane, right? You cannot dry soybeans, apparently. So when you go into here, and you go down to that, yeah, so here it is. So we can dry barley, we can dry corn, we can dry oats. And you can also do it with diesel apparently too. So you have two options. You can do it with diesel or methane. But you can't dry the soybeans. So you can do wheat, you can do oat, you can do corn, and you can do barley. Either with diesel or methane, right? That leaves the question, how did we get dried soybeans in the list? I'm scratching my head. So there's dried soybeans right there. Where do you get propane on this map? Because propane is in the list too. I don't know. I don't know. I do know that this dryer does not do it. Now the AGI dryer that I have, that we thought came with the Iowa Plainsview map, did not. Apparently that was a mod or something that came out. I don't know if there's anywhere you can get propane on here. Unless there's a container that we can put in. Like a, these do all fuel. Oh, well, there's a propane station. I guess we could put that in. So that's the propane icon for the dryer, for the AGI dryer. We just have to find a place to build the AGI dryer. Put it in. I think we're going to start working on the homestead here, getting rid of some stuff and building some stuff. So we can build that propane station there. Wonder, do we still have that other thing that we had over in Judith Plains? It's not under containers, I don't think. And it's not under factories. I've already looked under factories. I may not have that mod in here. Probably still over with the mods from Judith Plains. So yeah, I don't see it anywhere in here. It's not under containers anyway. I don't think it would be under tools. Nope, it's not under tools. Not under farmhouses or anything. I'm pretty sure it's not under silos. I'll look in here just to make sure. But anyway, not this dryer. So this is the AGI silo system that you can store stuff in. But then when you go to factories, there's another one. somewhere out there in the land. There it is. So there's the AGI grain dryer. So we can dry all the other grains, including soybeans, with this one, but we gotta have the propane and all the propane accessories, right? Good morning, Twitchy. Good morning, Fuzzy. Yeah, pretty good Thanksgiving. I worked, but I mean it was still good. Wasn't too bad. Can't really complain. I only had one patient, really. Alright, so that's that. Let's take a look around. See what's going on out there in the world. So I got all the cotton planted up here. We got cotton everywhere for days. What's this? Green beans. That's not bad. Got green beans there. Looks like we got corn there, maybe. Yep, corn. More green beans. Green beans down here. We got maybe some corn there. Yep, corn. A little bitty soybean field right there. Some more barley there. Looks like we got some peas down there. Looks like corn again down there. That field, that's the second time it's been planted in corn. Got an oat field there. Got a wheat field there. Peas all right there. Ooh, look it. There's a nice sized soybean field right there. At 1.8 million? Really? Is that 1.8 million? Wow, they're proud of their soybean fields. Of course, that is it's a decent sized field. It's not the biggest one, but did that really say 1.8? 1.895. So it might as well be 1.9. Oh, and that one was 4.7. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, did that one cost as much as that one? Well, how much is this one then? This one is in oats. Oh, that's 3.5 million. Yeah, we might not be able to afford that one. I don't know. Pretty big oat field there. Alright, let's go out there and see what all we've got now. I did buy a sprayer. So this is actually not a Stevie sprayer. Stevie has a version of this Hardy sprayer. But this one is a little bit extra. It's a little bit more extra than Stevie's stuff. So this one you can do quite a big capacity on it. It goes up to 200,000. You can do a lot of custom colorization on it, which apparently I have done. And it's got that extra boost in speed. I actually ended up, I had the Highland tow behind sprayer and the front liquid tank, but it only went 7 miles an hour. This will go 15 miles per hour, and again, it's got that extra capacity. So this will be our sprayer. We'll use it for herbicide and we'll use it for fertilizer. I've already had to spray herbicide on a couple of fields up there. Sprayed one on that canola field back there that we bought. So yeah, we need money. We need to make more money. It's always a good thing in Farming Simulator was, money. Need to bale. Oh boy, there's a fence. Need to bale. We got the alfalfa ready to go. I did merge these fields over here together, and I got, there's a save. Got the grass planted over here in that field, and then also got the grass planted over here in this field. So this, I could cut this grass right here if I wanted to. That would be okay. Well, doesn't that look weird? The way that planted? Hang on, I gotta look at this on the map, see how that looks. So it's all grass. We're good there. That part's grown. This part's growing. We do need to put some fert down on there, I guess, if we want to. I guess these didn't get rolled. Grass rolled. So probably need to just run the fertilizer over them real quick. And then we will have to fertilize the alfalfa fields up there, but... Weird how it did that. I don't know why it did that. Those are not... They don't show up on there, so I'm wondering... I don't know. Let's go park this over here. We're really running out of space over here at the farm. Again, another reason why we need to get in here and start. What's the word? Remodeling? We need to remodel the farm. Got this guy up there. I'll bring him back. Got our harvester there. Got our little harvester over there. I've been hauling methane with this and slurry and pretty much any of our liquidable needs. Plowed that field up with that tractor. There's our MacDon. There's this guy. I need to plow this field up because I think it's about time to plant rice. Yep, it is time to plant rice, so I need to finish plowing this up. There's our planter ready to go. If we want to plant any beans anywhere, we'll have to get that going. Plant any corn anywhere. And that's it. Looks like we're pretty much ready to go. What do we want to do? It's April 1st, so we either need to mow. We probably need to go ahead and bring that MacDon over here and mow this grass. Got the alfalfa done. Need to do some baling. Oh, you know what? This thing needs some fuel. I might ought to go put some fuel in this. So yeah, how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Did y'all get enough turkey, enough dressing or stuffing? I'm a dressing guy. We usually have chicken and dressing. Then we have corn, green beans. Some people have green bean casserole. That's fine. Deviled eggs, pumpkin pie. I actually had a little slice of pumpkin pie, leftover pumpkin pie, from Thanksgiving this morning, along with a little bit of breakfast. So. Fuzzy coming in. I'm trying to hit the trigger. There we go. Okay. Hire this out on that grass field, and then I'll hook up one of the tractors to the roller. After we build those up. Too bad we can't mow the football field. the little, what was that thing called? The Profi Hopper. Take that out there and mow the football field. Wouldn't it be cool if you had that? You had like the little Profi Hopper mower to mow the football field, and then you had like a ice skating rink, and then we could have like a Zamboni. Run the Zamboni out on the ice. Speaking of ice, I need to check my latest weather forecast. Just downloading the Stevie mods. Yeah, I put some of his in. That's one of the things I want to look at. He just released mod pack number 20. So I didn't put all the mods in from mod pack 20. I just went in and got a few of the select ones from mod pack 20. Fire this out. Ammo there. What would be a good one to put on? That one would be. Or well, maybe this one would be. This would be a better one to put on the baler. Drop that right there. Whoa. That one on the baler. We're ready to bale. Now I just need to find this one. I want to put this on the roller. Oh, okay. So some of the stuff from mod pack 20 is not working. So he's going to update it with mod pack 21. And he's starting work on that today. Okay. Good to know. Thank you, Jeff. I'll look for that update in the future. I really didn't add that much from mod pack 20. That's not going to work. Oh, I got to turn better. Let me make a loop out here. The only things that I really added was the updated CR11 and AF11 combines from 20. And then the semi-trailers. And I thought the semi-trailers were pretty cool. The Load Kings. So you got these Load King trailers. This is from Mod Pack 20 that Stevie put out. I thought these were really cool because you can put the American flag on the back of them. You can do it with this one and the dual trailer one. So I was like, yeah, America. Or you can do, if you want to do, what is that one? Is that Australia? It's like the British flag, but then there's stars on it. I think, isn't that Australia? I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know whose flag that is. I would guess Australia. Hey Siri, what does Australia's flag look like? Oh, it is Australia. Okay. Yep, that's the Australian flag. Okay. Cool beans. 5 stars on it. Okay. Hey, you can do Australia or you can do blank. You can just leave it blank if you want to, or you can do the American flag. I thought that was pretty cool. So that's one of the only reasons I downloaded it. So. All right. So we got those ready to go. Got our sprayer there. Let's see. Do we need to spray anything else that we own? A lot of great fields out there. Keeping in mind, we still do have soybeans that will sell. The question is, do we want to try to build the dryer and do the dried soybeans? Because I think there's more money in the dried soybeans. Yeah, there's definitely more money in the dried soybeans. Dried soybeans, it looks like just with the price of those, we could sell dried soybeans almost any time, but the peak price, which again is in June, is like 4,271 versus our 2,200 that we normally do. So we'd have to build the dryer, and then we'd have to build the propane tanks. You can start on, if you want to bale, you can do that. If you want to run the MacDon, you can do that. If you want to, I would say probably baling probably takes priority, and then the bale trailers there under the silo. Probably do that, and then we really need to probably get started on planting if we're going to plant anything, like soybean or corn or something. So any of that that you want to do. Oh, I heard Shadow. Where's he at? Where'd he go? I heard him. I didn't run him over, did I? I heard him. He's like right here somewhere. Shadow. Come here, boy. Oh, there he is. Hey, Shadow. Hey, buddy. Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? Yes, he's a good dog. Alright, so I think we kind of wanted to get rid of these sheds. But to start out, I'm going to start working back here. I'm going to get rid of the silage pit. I'm not going to use the silage pit. We have a mixer that makes silage, that's a lot easier than having to get all the equipment to put the chaff in there, scoop it around, pack it down, take one down, pass it around. 99,000 liters of silage on the wall. So, I think I'm just going to get rid of the pit. Don't really need it. Nothing's on sale. Oh. So, click on that. We'll sell that. We'll get a little bit of money back on that too. That's nice. Alright. So, the pit is gone. I need to remove these trees. So let me go grab that tractor that's got the stirf on it. And I'm going to do something you should not normally do in real life, or in Farming Simulator for that matter. I'm going to take the tracks. Because I know the tracks run right by our farm. It's like a direct line to our farm. This is not a good idea. Whether you're in Farming Simulator or anything else. But, you know, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it on a simulation just to prove that this is not a good idea. Rain ain't coming yet, so... I need a railroad song. What's a good railroad song? Railroad songs. Be coming round the mountain. No, that's not a railroad song. Are there any good railroad songs? The only railroad songs I can think of that come to me immediately in my brain are the ones from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And they're not really railroad songs. They're, I guess, more of hobo songs. But... and I'm gonna get off right here. I didn't get hit by a train. Woohoo! Alright, so let's cut this tree down. Stand by for lag. Probably will be some. There's that tree. This tree. I think this would probably be the best spot just for this dryer system. There. All right. Okay. And honestly, I could probably put it right in there, maybe. If I had to. Alright, we're gonna go under construction, and then there's the one we want. So this grain dryer removes moisture from harvested grains using propane as fuel. So that little icon there at the very end, that is the propane icon that we need for that system. So it's a little white bottle and it's got the little propane flame on it. The containers, let me go back to containers up here. So here's the containers for that propane. That's the same little bottle. So we need to build these. We need to put those in somewhere first. And actually, let me turn on snapping tool. There we go. I don't think we already have any of these bottles anywhere so far on the map. But it would make sense to put these somewhere close to where we're going to build the dryer. Question is where? Overlaps another object. I may have to turn on the thing. Wonder if I should just build the dryer first. Let me do that. Let me build the dryer first. That way I know where to put that. Ooh, yeah, that might make sense to build that first and then... Because there's the propane tanks that you store them in. Might make sense to put the propane tanks where you buy the propane. Thing is, it's got that pipe right there. There's just no room. Need one of those big open concrete pads somewhere closer to the farm. I just put this on the back side. I may move that field back or something. Has to have that like right in there. Move it down a little bit and then I can put those tanks in. Problem is the greenhouses. The greenhouses are right there, like in the way. Not really enough room to expand. I want to put it. I think that would be too close to the greenhouses. But I won't have enough room for the tanks too. So let's put this right here. Try to get it lined up with those silos that are there. I have one you make the same if you just sail. What? I'll just have to shave a little bit off of that field, I think. So I'm going to line this up right there. That looks good to me, almost. Let me zoom in and make sure. I think that'll get it. Alright. So we've got this dryer in now. All we need to do is build the propane stuff. Get out of the way first. You don't think there's more money in selling dry crops? Oh, there is. According to the thing, there is. Unless that thing is lying. Which wouldn't be the first time. Just gotta figure out where the front of these things are. That looks good to me. Them right there. Alright. So yeah, let me show you that. So dried soybeans right there. 4,271 for dried soybeans in June versus the in-game price for regular soybeans in June is 2,200. So it's almost doubled. And then most likely that number is not quite as high as it actually will be, because there will be prices that are probably higher, but we get almost double the amount of money for the soybeans if we dry them. So there is more money in dried crops, especially the soybeans. According to my math, there's more money. Plus we can do our dried corn. Alright, now we just need to transport stuff. Hopefully I've got one that'll transport propane. Let's see. What would that be under? Let me look under tankers. I don't know if our slurry tanker that we have from Stevie will do it. Let's see. Where's that stuff at? Slurry, 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 slurry. Where are you, slurry? Here we go. So the one that we have is not in this list right here, but it's a Garant. So I'm going to go under that brand name. Probably under miscellaneous or something. Why is that brand name not listed? I'm not seeing it. Garant. Maybe Stevie doesn't have it listed under that name. It's totally right there, though. I think it's under K. I am not seeing it there, though. Let's go under K. Oh, there it is right there. So it's not really Garant. It's Coty. Okay. Alright, so there's the list of all the stuff that carries. I do not see propane on that list. Down there at the bottom. It holds everything else, though. It holds methane, the digestate, the herbicide, the milk, diesel. I do not see propane on that list. So I may have to go back and find those propane tanks that we've used before in the past. Let's see. I know I've got them in the other mod folder. Let me go under these tankers and see if there's anything in here. So there's the one that we just looked at. I think that's the category that it's under. That one does not do it. That one does not do it. I don't think this in-game stuff does it. Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go put those tanks, the propane tankers, in. 'Cause I know they do them. I don't think there's anything under miscellaneous. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and find those propane tankers. Trying to remember the brand name on them. Jeff, do you remember the brand name of those propane tankers? I'll have to go back and add those in. But we're ready to go. We've got the dryer system put in here. All we need to do is get the tankers, fill them up right here, bring the propane over here, fill that up, and then put our beans and corn and whatever else we want to dry in there. Yeah, you know the ones I'm talking about. They're the long tankers. Probably have to use those. Wonder if I could just go under the folder and search propane. Use them over on duty planes. NV25 tank trailer. Whoop. Let's see if I can find those real quick. I know which folder they're in. They should be in this one. NV. There they are right there. So I will add that in to that folder right now. Copy. And put that one in there. And then let me go put them in the drive there so Fuzzy can have them. Can I just paste it in there? Or do I have to drag it in there? I think I got to drag it in there. All right, that one is in there now. So when we get ready to do that, we'll drop the map and reload it. All right. I found them, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. All right. And I was trying to think, do we have any fields that we can actually plant right now? We've got these up here. Could do like some soybeans out in the middle of that. Another little soybean field there. I'm kind of eyeballing that one though. It's like a nice big field. Yeah, pretty good size field down here, and then we could merge a lot of this together. I think this one over here is in canola. We got weeds in it. They've been sprayed already, so that's good. And that one's fully fertilized. Wonder if there's a contract for that one. What field is this? 59? Wonder if there's a FERC contract for that one. 59. let me clear the list and then see if any FERC contracts pop up. Whoops. Pressing the button, pressing the button. You know, that might have been something that I could have gotten on, and I may still check to see. I could always use another controller. Although I do still have one more backup controller, so I'm actually okay for right now. But if there's any controllers on Black Friday sales, now's the time to buy them. Oh, there's one for contract. It's not the one I'm looking for. Could just buy it and fertilize it myself. Yeah. Yeah, we get both of these fields. We can merge them together. We can merge them together and have a really nice size field out here. This one over here, I think, is in red onions, though. Yep, this is the red onions. Do got some more trees to cut. Okay, back to the fields. It's time to plant, but do we have any fields right now that we can plant? That we own? We planted all that in cotton. We've got wheat there. We've got these fields up here. Which I'm trying to remember if, I don't think I did. I don't think I ever merged these together, so I need to merge these together. Let me go back to this plow. We'll merge these together real quick, and then we can plant, I would say let's go ahead and plant beans. Because there's money in beans. We're going to be selling them real soon. Whoa. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Is it snowing there? We've actually got some stuff in the forecast. No bridge. Woo. That's the same timing for us there, Sean. Almost. I think ours is maybe a day earlier. We're supposed to get some winter stuff. I don't know yet, but it could be snow, could be ice, could be a mix, could be, you know, they don't know. If we get anything, I hope it's just, if we have to get something, and it has to be something wintry, I want it to be snow. I don't want ice. I don't want sleet. I don't want freezing rain. I don't want any of that bad stuff. If it's got to do anything wintry, let it be snow. Honestly, you know, now that I'm older, being a kid and being younger, you really want snow, because there's a lot of stuff you can do. You get out of school, you can build a snowman. Do you want to build a snowman? But as an adult, you don't want snow because, number one, you don't get out of work. You still have to go to work, even if it does snow. You don't get snow days anymore. And when it snows, your body hurts more. Your joints hurt, your bones hurt, your skin hurts, everything hurts. when you get older and then stuff gets cold. And that's just with snow. Now with the ice, you get all of that, plus you might lose power. And to lose power means you lose your heat, and then you lose your, farm sim and your television, and anything that has to do with electricity. So you can't heat anything up in the microwave. Basically, if it's gonna happen, then get the Pop-Tarts and cheese puffs ready, because that's about all you can eat. And a lot of people still, their vices are like, milk and bread and maybe cereal and water, or whatever. But my thing is those things are perishable, and if you don't refrigerate them, they're really perishable. So alright, so I'm just gonna merge these together and then we'll plant some beans in here. Actually, I could probably bring this over. Have another pass right here. I gotta watch this road though. I think it gets narrower the further down you go that way on that side. So it should get wider the further down I go on this side. I'll run down there locked in whatever I lock in on here, just to confirm that it does get wider, not narrower. Let's lock that in. I'm going to go 180, so let's go down there full speed and see if it goes way off. Yeah, it looks like it does get wider. So I need to start as close to the road as I can from up here. Definitely, there's more space between the pavement and me here. Down here, the further down I go. That answers my question. Okay, let's go back up. Your go-tos are cans of Chef Boyardee. Even though you are supposed to microwave them, if there's no power, just give me a spoon. Oh, you can do that? Is that safe? I didn't know you could eat Chef Boyardee right out of the can. Isn't there like a thing? Isn't that like a what is that called? Botulism. Can you catch botulism from Chef Boyardee? I don't know. I know that canned vegetables and stuff like that. They usually say no, don't do it. It's not worth it. But I don't know, if you haven't gotten sick from it before, I guess you'd be all right. I think they eat straight out of the can on The Walking Dead, so hey, if it's good enough for the zombie apocalypse, then it should be good enough in real life. That's not over far enough, because I am way over. Let's just do it. Let's start it at the sign. How about that? Leave a little space. Alright, 180. locked in. You eat SpaghettiOs out of the can all the time? Oh, is it because it's all pre-cooked? Okay. Makes sense. Well, I'll just, I guess, stick to my Pop-Tarts and cheese puffs. Bags of popcorn are good too. Just get little things of popcorn. It's not really the healthiest thing, but if you need to survive, then I mean, you don't have to toast your Pop-Tarts. You don't have to worry about the cheese puffs, you know. Although, you know, they're getting ready to change all that stuff up. You know, they're getting ready to make them without the artificial dyes, so they'll probably be better for you. Down here, I don't want to go into the canola field. I'm just going to line up right here with the edge. 270. Peanut butter and fluff. I have yet to try that. I've got to try that. Gotta get me some marshmallow fluff and some peanut butter. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Then I'll probably just keep this original field border and go grab the other big tractor and put another plow out here and get these guys rolling out here. Keep that original field border right there. Alright, let me go over. I know the north side's gonna be fine. Let me go. There's a strip out here that was the border between this field and the cornfield that we had. Let me go take care of that. Actually, what I may do is let this guy plow out here. What's the first date on this? That one's fully fertilized, so the only one that really needs fertilizing is that one. I wonder if I should go ahead and do that. These don't line up, so we'll line them up. And what I may do is just, since this one's already fully fertilized, I may just let the worker come out here and then just hit that other little corner there with the sprayer later on. Have to remember to come back and do that. Keep that original border. My heat kicked on. Maybe you guys will get to hear the dying donkey. I did a video this week on YouTube. I don't know if you can actually hear it or not, but it's there. You can hear the dying donkey. That is my outside unit turning off. That's what it sounds like. You guys remember from the past? You probably heard it in the past before, but yeah, I had people come out and look at it, and they said that was normal. They said they didn't find anything wrong with it. Everything's functioning as it should. So Where'd I get this subsoiler from? This is actually in the mod hub. I believe it's for everybody. I think it's for PC and console. It's under the plow category. So if you go into the in-game mod hub, go to plows. And it is the Lizard brand. It's called the MT. That one right there. The MT. It's available in 3 configurations. You can get the 6 meter, the 9 meter, which is the one we like to use, and then it also comes in 12 meters. The one with the 12 meters is great, but when you go to fold it up, it folds up like that. This is the 9 meter. This is just about the right height for most of the gas stations. Now there are some low bridges and stuff like that that you have to take into consideration, but you can do the 6 meter, which is shorter. This is the 9 meter, and then the 12 meter. When you fold it up, the ends of the plow, it's so tall that they touch, and it's really tall going down the highway. So if you have any collidable stuff, or gas station roofs, or anything that you got to pull under, not gonna be good. Yep, you're welcome. I like it. And you can, one thing about this plow is that you can put it in the front or the back. So if you wanted to plow in the front and then put a cultivator or a planter behind you, you could. So if you had a 9 meter or less, if you use this particular size one, if you had a 9 meter or less, you could put your plow in the front and then hook your planter up in the back. And you can plow both ways with it. It's really nice. You can kind of plow both ways with it if you want to. Or you can do it front ways, like, for more, I guess, realism. Do we have any bale twine anywhere? No. I probably need to buy some. Do you need some for the crone? Do you need it for the crone? The John Deere baler we're only going to use for the straw. Let's see. Bale twine. Bale twine. Assuming you probably need it for the crone, since that's probably what you're baling out there. That's the silage. Where? Is it under consumables? Yep. Square bale twine. Isn't there brand name stuff? Or do you change it when you go in here? We don't need that many. Standard twine. Okay, yeah, here's the brand name stuff. So you can do John Deere twine, Floss twine, New Holland twine, Case twine. What does it say? Coon twine, Fancy Ferguson twine, standard twine. So there's not any crone twine. So we'll just have to go with the lizard twine. This should work. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of holding off before I buy a cotton picker because I've got a particular one in mind that I want to get. It'd be nice if it would go on sale, but I'll watch the sales and then it's not really time to pick cotton yet, so. And I think harvester-wise, unless we want to get a forage harvester right away, the cotton picker probably takes priority since we planted all the cotton. So we'll get that as soon as we get closer to it. I'm hoping one will go on sale before then. If not, we'll just bite the bullet and buy one. But gotta save our money, which is hard to do. Let's see. File that over just a tad right there. I was wondering if there was a little spot there. This would be a really nice field once we'll harvest the wheat and then harvest the canola down there. Alright, so got that. I need to go back and get this end of the field down here, over there. Alright, so I'll turn off create field. And then I'm just going to hire this guy out. So the minimum I can do is 2 on the outside. I guess I'll let him go ahead and run that. Okay, let me go grab that other big tractor. This one right here. Need to check my weather for here today. Oh. Boy, it looks like John might be getting some snow up there. Guess we'll have to confirm that with him later. According to radar. We get some fuel too. In my opinion, the beacon lights on these deer tractors like this, they're not bright enough. You literally can't see them. You can barely see just a little bit of them. They are not bright enough. They need to be a lot brighter than they are. That's a good place to stop. It's right when I'm about to go over a bridge and honk at me. I got my hazards on. I got an oversized load here. And yeah, one of the productions on here, I got to looking around, and one of them is the Sweets and Treats mod that Stevie has on here. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can do like some strawberry candies, you can do popcorn, you can do all kinds of that neat fun stuff like that. Oh boy, there's a safe. Oh, that was a bad safe. That's really bad, especially when you're going around a curve in an articulated tractor. Get some fuel here real quick. Ding ding. Fill her up. Probably gonna take a little longer to fill this up. Yep, I would say John is getting some snow, and then it looks like it's going to be followed by rain, so probably not enough to really accumulate for too long, because it looks like it's going to switch over to rain, and then it'll all go away anyway. So, yeah, I'm worried about come Monday. I think Monday and Tuesday. Watching those days got me a little worried. Lined up with it? Nope, not at all. Here we go. Alright, let's get this going here. This should come out as an L shape because I have this field up here in rye right now. I really don't want to plow into that rye. I want to be able to harvest that. So I've got this. It says it's plowed, but hopefully when I put the thing in there, it'll. It might not. Might not. Let me. Oh, you know what? This is not the right field. Hang on. I need to get to the correct field. That's not the right field. I almost plowed somebody else's field. Morning, Trent. Here's the field I think we want to be at. Let me double check. Yep. Now I'm at the right place. Okay, yes, it did do the boot. Oh, that actually does look like a boot. Look at that. It's got the little heel on it and everything. It's our cowboy boot. Alright, so I'm going to do the headlands first. And then he should just plow that out. Everything that needs it. And hopefully he'll skip over what doesn't need it. All of this has already been plowed, looks like. Are you going to go that way, or are you going to go... Which way are you going to go? You going to go this way? Nope, you're going to go that way, aren't you? Alright, well, whatever floats your boat, Captain. This guy's doing his thing. Turns on a dime. Alright, let me go get the, Oh, look, we got bales. They're multiplying. Alright, 100% on fert, 100% on seed. Let's head to the northeast. And we don't want to plant more cotton, so I need to switch that over. To soybeans. Here we go. Weird collidables? No, I haven't noticed that. Wonder if they ever got rid of the power pole and the tree on the base map. The base game Riverbend. There was a tree back over yonder there that had a power pole literally sitting up in top of it. Wonder if they ever went back and fixed that, or have you tried Customs baler? The round baler? No, I have not. I missed my turn. this manually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let him. I think I'm gonna let him go through there a little more with that plow. Get done over here on this side. Where's he at, by the way? Oh, is he going that way? Maybe I need to start up there. Yeah, let me go up there. He's gonna work north to south, so. All right, we're putting beans in. That time. Actually, it's way past that time. We're about an hour and a half in, and I'm just now opening my Dr. Pepper. Good stuff, though. Y'all are lucky. You got GPS. I'm stuck with FS22. Well, there's a good way to fix that. Upgrade to FS25. I think it's on sale. Wasn't it on sale? I think it's on sale. At least on the Steam side, it was on sale. I don't know about console people, but it was on sale. I think the discounted price was without the season passes. I think it was what, 29? Was it $29? Oh, you only have PS4. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're kind of stuck with FS22. Sorry. Although PlayStation I heard they just came out with another console. It's cheaper than the PlayStation 5. I think it is I want to say it is a PlayStation 5, but it's not. It doesn't have all the under the hood stuff that a PlayStation 5 would. I didn't really read too much into that article that I saw, but it's a more affordable PlayStation 5. Probably kind of like a PlayStation 5 Lite or something. Are you getting a PC? All right, sweet. That's the way to go. In my opinion, that's the way to go. Just go PC. Steam, in my opinion, is also the way to go. I have most of my games are through Steam. I'll say a majority of my games are through Steam. think I know where I'm at, so I can actually turn my lines off. Your friends on PS aren't happy? Yeah. I used to be a PlayStation guy back in the day. I started out with the original PlayStation, and then I got a PlayStation 2, and then I remember when I saw my first PlayStation 3, and they had it on for the first time ever. They had it on display at a Sam's Club, and they had the game MotorStorm running on it, and I was just blown away. I knew immediately as soon as I saw that game and the graphics, I was like, "Oh, I gotta have this. I gotta have this console. This is the best console ever." And it was at the time. Um, where do you get this map? Go to YouTube, Stevie FS Mods. He's all of his stuff, his mods, his maps are all available on his YouTube channel. Just go down in the description on the videos. You'll find the videos. It'll be like Riverbend by Stevie, Riverbend 4X by Stevie. And then you can scroll down through the description of the video and you'll find the latest version, which is 1005. So, yeah, Stevie FS Mods on YouTube. You'll find he's got 20 mod packs out, and apparently 21's gonna be coming out real soon. He's working on some problems that he had with the mod pack 20. So that's what Jeff let us know this morning. So we'll be looking for mod pack 21 to have some updates. Basically what I did, I started from mod pack 1, and then I've downloaded all of the mods from the mod packs, and then I'll just take his files, I'll extract them out of that one big zipped file, and I'll take those updated files and just drag them and drop them, and then it just replaces the file. Just hit replace file that's already in the folder. That way you know you've got the mod in there, but you've also got the updated one. So I'll, like mod pack 2, I'll drop the ones from there, and then mod pack 3, if there's any that he fixed, I'll take those, drop them in there, replace them, so I know that all the mods that I've got from him are up to date. I'm gonna say this planter is a Stevie mod. The thing on the front, I don't think that is. I think that's an in-game thing. But I can hold 2,200 liters more seed or fert in it. So that gives me a little extra boost there. Kind of bored with the base ones. I like some of the base ones. They have their own place, but you know, there's for us 4X maps just seem more. What's the right word? They just seem more akin to what we like. It feels like we've got more elbow room on a 4X map. And I like that. I like having the extra elbow room. The standard maps, as they are right now, there's not enough room. There's really not enough elbow room. And when you want to delve into more aspects of the game that they offer, you can't really do it on the standard 2X maps that they have right now. So you really need at least a 4X map. Yeah, you could have really tiny fields if you wanted to do it that way, but that's no way to do it. I think I'm gonna let him come back down through there. Before I go on any further. Oh, that can't be rolled. That's alfalfa. Never mind. I was like, let me go roll that. I can't roll that. That's alfalfa. Be nice if you could roll it, but you can't. Only thing that can be rolled is the grass fields down here. And already got turned around. I should have turned left back there. So these will be ready. Boy, this roller makes a lot of noise when you tow it. Uh-oh. This guy got stuck on a tree. I don't know why he was trying to go out there though. These articulateds, they don't do too well on these plows like this. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna let him. I'm not gonna put him on inroads. I'm just gonna have him doing standards. Start him out here. 2 is the minimum. I'm just going to turn all that off and just have him run standard lines. Now the only direction he should be going with this thing is north and south, or when he gets over there he'll go east and west. And he may be going to try to find areas that need to be plowed, so he's probably going up there to do that. You only have 200 hours. I don't know. How do you do that again? How do you see how many hours you have in the game? Is it still, it used to be like shift tab or something like that. Is it still shift tab? You're on Steam? I'm on Steam too. Is it shift? Is it shift tab? Yeah, there we go. So the total played in this game is 3,310 hours. Looks like maybe. Yeah. Okay. Now how do I get out of that? Gotta find the escape button. Here we go. I always trust the escape button. Shows you at log on for the map. Oh. Yeah, I can't go back to that right now. 3,310. What was the most, which game was it? It was 19, wasn't it? That I had the most hours I've ever had. I figured you and I were probably pretty close on those, Trent. Gotta stay off of Grand Theft Auto long enough, you know, keep my hours going. Been playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto lately. When they announced that the new game would be delayed again. And I have a feeling that that's not the final date either. I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be delayed once again. So yeah, I'm not too confident in that date. My thing is, I wish they would go ahead and release it on Steam at the same time. If they're taking this extra time, right, then they should be able to release it on Steam along with the console stuff, you know, PlayStation, Xbox. They need to, you know, because they're missing out, you know. Yeah, I dabble in a little bit of GTA 5. Back in the day, I used to play quite a bit. Used to go on heists and... Remember John, the Puma Plow crew. I think my logo is still the Puma Plow, part of the Puma Plow crew. We used to do the casino heist and stuff all the time. Yeah, Trent plays with well, that doesn't sound right. Trent plays Farming Simulator with Puma Plow, with John over at Puma Plow, yes. FS22, 9,000 hours. Wow, that's pretty good. 9,992. I think I want to say I had 7,000 hours over there. Either 6,000 or 7,000 hours, I can't remember. Over on 19. And then 22, I had to take a few months off from Farming Simulator on that one, and then I didn't have the numbers that I did before. while this guy is plowing, I am going to take a really, really fast break. I'm not going to cut the YouTube guys off, so you guys will see this. I'll put this up for everybody there. And we'll just watch this guy plow for a minute, and we'll get back to planting here in a minute too. So I'll be back. Alright, and I'm back. This guy looks like he's doing okay. Let him plow all that out. Started back on the beans again. Oh look, my line's turned back on. I don't remember turning them back on. I didn't turn them back on. Maybe because I shut it off? I don't know. Feel like you're slacking now. Yeah, I kind of want to get back into Minecraft. We had a nice little world going over there, me and Phil did. I hadn't talked to Phil in forever. I don't know where. I guess Phil made it out of the Matrix. He got out. A lot of us are still stuck in the Matrix. We're in the farm sim, Minecraft, GTA, flight sim, train, whatever Matrix. We're in the Steam Matrix. You can take the blue pill or you can take the red pill. I don't remember which pill was what. Been a while since I've seen the Matrix. Oh yeah? He's gonna start his Minecraft stuff back up this winter? I may have to go back over and join his world, Minecraft. If I could get Phil back in here, we could have the adventures of Matt and Phil again. There's so much stuff new to Minecraft though now. I don't even know what all the stuff is. Apparently there's underwater zombies now. There's guys coming out of there with little pitchforks after you. I don't know. I kind of miss the older Minecraft. It was when it was a lot simpler, You didn't have to worry about, swimming too much, I mean, you had to worry about those underwater temples and stuff like that. But you didn't have all the other dangers out there now in the Minecraft world. Oh yeah. How long wait, you saw Phil in our chat? I never saw Phil in our chat. Must have been somewhere else, because I don't remember seeing Phil in our chat. I was gonna say Trent. It's been a while since Trent. We used to play golf on Sunday nights. I would stream the golf games, but I would have to put a disclaimer in there. I'd have to put like a warning page at the beginning of it. Warning: the following content may include some language that some might find offensive, or something like that. Do like a specific disclaimer. There may be some offensive language due to the behaviors of our balls, or something, because our golf balls do not go where we want them to ever. 34 weeks ago. Okay. Yeah, maybe he had just enough time to swing by and watch for a bit. Phil, if you're out there, buddy, we miss you. We need to put a. I don't even know what Phil looks like, but we need to put up like flyers. We need somebody in Canada to put up flyers for Phil. Missing Phil, aka of the Adventures of Matt and Phil, aka Filet. My guess is he's probably working a lot. Something we all have to do. Even me, that this last Sunday I was technically on call, which I never get called in. But the girl that works that shift, it was not. I thought they told me it was her and her husband. It was actually her and her daughter that both had food poisoning. And she called in, but I got called in and had to work her shift. I had to work from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. So yeah, that was a long one. But I got paid really nice for that, so it was really nice. Oh yeah, we got about almost a fourth of the field done. Then I'll probably just come and hit that corner with a little bit of liquid fert. Gotta wait till that first growth stage though to do that. I could have done like I did over on the cotton field and just ran the cultivator behind this. Behind the plow. But that would have taken more time. This way I can go ahead and just get the beans in the ground. And at least I'll have most of them fertilized, and then I'll have them all fertilized if I remember. If I don't forget. Get that new big beautiful sprayer. I want to say Hispano did that one too. I will say that EY put out his go in here and look at it. Where is it at? Is it under smalls? Or do I have it? No, I activated it for this one. Maybe it's under small tractors. Yes, there it is. Right there. So he's got his 5088 series. This is not the same one that we had over in Judith Plains. So I'm hoping this one doesn't make the border disappear. It shouldn't. This is from EY Modding, and most of his mods, I'll say I haven't really had any issues with any of his mods. So you can do a 5488 like we had before. You can change the tires up on them. I think you can change the front too. Yeah, you can put those on there. The rear drills on there. I may have to put some red on the farm at some point. Put a weight on there. You can even do the front loaders on it. Just looks like the quick. What happened? Did that not lock in? My GPS didn't lock in for some reason. I don't remember coming off of the GPS though, but apparently I did somewhere. Must have been right before I yeah, I veered off of there somewhere. I don't remember hitting the stick, but I did. Wonder if it did it while I was in the menu. Surely not. You wouldn't think that would have done that while I was in the menu. I was locked in right here. Okay, I'm locked in. I want to test that out now. I'm going to go in the menu. Not really where I was. Go back over here. Yeah, I was in this menu. So I went in here and I was looking around. Maybe I just bumped it and didn't realize it. Move it around. Am I still active? Yeah, it's still active. I don't know. Maybe I bumped it and just didn't realize it. Two by two fan club. Yeah, I think I've got all of his 2x2s in there. Morning, Tomcat. How's it going? I'm just gonna wait for him to do a few more passes again. Well, not most. We got a big chunk of the field done. We got a third of it done now. Then I'll probably plant some beans over there too. And then there was one spot down here. The plan was to put rice down here, but with that canola down there, I really don't want to plow that canola under there. So I may put some beans in there and there. And if we bought that, a lot of money. We have to sell some silage or something. Some compost. We've got beans that we're going to sell. We've got... How many beans do we have? Soybeans. Soybeans, if we sell... Well, if we sell the dry beans, we'll get a lot of money. But... Just regular soybeans. Yeah, we got 410 regular soybeans. I got to remember to put those trailers in so that we can move the propane over. I need to go back and see if I can find that that other mod for the propane thing too. That was a good one. It was bigger, but it was a good one. And it wasn't just for propane. You could do diesel with it. It was some kind of refinery, something. I don't remember the file name on it. But I've still got it in that folder somewhere. Propane accessories? No. I want to say it was something refinery. Wonder if I can find that again. Wonder if that's what it's under. Let me go in the folder here real quick. It was something refinery, but I don't know if that's what the file name was. REF. No, it must not have been under that. Wonder what that would be. What the file name would be. In the active folder, it's got to be 200 and something. It's got to be under, it's probably just under 300. But in total, probably got, I know the previous one that we had for Judith Plains, we had like 500 and something. So in total, mods, FS25 mods in total, whether we've used them in the past or not, probably, if I had to guess, I'd say probably somewhere around 750, but they're not all active right now. I wonder if I typed in propane, if it's under propane. I wouldn't think it would be. I wouldn't think it would be under propane. Oh, maybe it is. It might be under water propane production. I bet that's it. Because you could do, I think if I remember right, you could do water there too. I bet that's it. I'm looking at the file right here. I bet that's it. I'm gonna leave that up. 'Cause I bet that's it. I think it did water, propane, diesel. I wonder if I can. Let me see if I can find it real quick on the nets. Yep, that's it. That's got to be it. That's totally it. It's by Rockhound. That's who did it. So I know which one it is. Let me go throw that in there so we'll have that later. If the game crashes, you know why, Fuzzy. It's because I'm adding mods while it's running. Let me go to that. Bring this back up. Copy. Paste. Here we go. All right, so I've got the tankers in there, the semi-tankers, and then I've got that production back in there. Okay, so we're good to go there for when we restart it. I think I can start back up now. Yeah, crazy. The biggest field, hang on, let me stop my tractor down at the end of this pass here. So the biggest field is actually not expandable too much. It's this one right here. It's that one for 4.7 million. It's 194 0.35 acres. It's up in the north there. Is it the biggest field now? No. But coming before, like if you just started the map, this would be the biggest field. Why can't you expand it? You can expand it a little bit. There's a couple wooded areas down here, but you can't really expand it over the highway. So if we go down here, let's just run down here and visit the woods down here. Wow, I almost spawned inside a tree. Yeah, so here's why you can't expand it. You can't go this way because you've got the highway here. The power lines run down on the edge of the highway, and you don't really want to expand it this way. You can't unless you want to work around the power lines, and then you have to work around the road signs and all that. But you can't really expand it that way. You can expand it into these woods if you wanted to. And I'd say likely that's probably something we might do in the future. Take out all these trees. So you could actually expand it down here onto this concrete pad if you wanted to. Your gravel pad. And then you could expand it on over this way. There's actually a field here. Wow, look at that. Got some sunflowers. So you could plow this up, plow all these bushes and grass up here, and kind of curve it around back over here. So you could expand it to the south just a little bit. Go through the woods there just a little bit to make it a little bit bigger, but not by much. Same goes for this field over here next to it. This field is 145 acres, and you could expand it down south. Actually, this one you might be able to go a little further with. So here's the gravel pad down. There's the big field right there. Here's the gravel pad. Yeah, I went ahead and took out a lot of these trees right through here. So this one you actually could expand quite a bit south. Because if you remember the first Riverbend, we merged all these fields together. So you could take this all the way down to that highway down there where the car's going. These are all field roads right here. So yeah, you could definitely expand that field quite a bit. Do you like this map better than Judith? I don't know. So far, the jury's still out. I really like this map. I like the fact that it is Riverbend Springs. I mean, let's face it, Riverbend Springs, you know, next to Elm Creek that we got with 22. Those have been the best American maps that Giants has done. But when you throw in the fact that this is a 4X map and it's a Stevie map, I don't know. I like both. I like them both. I like Judith Plains, and then I like there are things that Judith Plains has that I would like to have here, but there's things here that I'd like to have on Judith Plains. So right now they're kind of running about equal. They're probably right beside each other in the race. So Judith Plains I will say Judith Plains. You know, the train, having that custom train from oh gosh, who did that? Was it BC Bueller that did it? The prefab on the train, putting that American style train in there. Being able to make pizza. The thing about Judith Plains, and let me say this about Judith Plains, DJ Modding, great modder, loved his maps. He made maps back in 19. We had Deer Country, we had Green Valley, Nebraska in 22. Had a lot of maps. There's a ton of them. I can just go down the list. The problem with the Judith Plains map is DJ disappeared. There was supposed to be an update coming to that map, and it never came because DJ just, he just vanished. And he said, he was working on an update. He was also working on a new map. And I haven't even gone to check his Facebook page because he does that from time to time. He'll disappear, and he might be gone for 3 years. He might be gone for a few months. Might be gone for 3 years. I don't know if he's in the military and he's on deployment, or if he works like in, like on an oil rig, or what, if he's gone just for a long periods of time. I don't know, but he just disappeared. So we never got the update. The ethanol plant is broken over on Judith Plains. You can't buy the ethanol plant. You can buy it, but you won't be able to use it. So you might as well just keep it as a sell point. Yeah, his last post was in June 18th. So haven't heard from him since then. But it's a great map. I like the custom production stuff. You got the pizza, the pasta, you got the the beer, the whiskey factory. You can do soy milk, and all that stuff. So there's stuff from that map that I'd like to see here, but there's also stuff from this map that I'd like to see over there. So I don't know. It's just one of those situations where it's like, which do you like better, Walmart or Target? There's stuff from Walmart that I'd like to have at Target, and there's stuff from Target that I'd like to have at Walmart. What do you like best, McDonald's or Burger King? Well, there's stuff from McDonald's that I'd like to have, over at Burger King, and there's stuff from Burger King that I'd like to have over at McDonald's. It's just it's one of those things where it's you gotta pick your poison, I guess. But if I could take anything from Burger King to McDonald's, the fact that their ice cream machines work. The ice cream machines never work at McDonald's. And that's not just an isolated incident. That's like every McDonald's on the face of the planet. None of their ice cream machines work. So you go in there and you want a hot fudge sundae, it's not going to work. Not going to be working at all. So, yeah. And that's, it's not really funny, but it kind of is, because it's become a running meme, pretty much, that their ice cream machines never work. So we really need a Riverbend Plains map. Yeah. Yeah, we really do. I'll tell you, man, if I had the expertise of being able to make a map, I would make you guys a fantastic map. If I had the expertise, I don't have the expertise, and I don't have really the time to sit down and do it. But if I had the expertise, you guys would get a great map. There would be some areas with some rolling hills, kind of like here. There'd be some flat areas. And I'll tell you, I would honestly probably make it a 16x map. Just to add everything in there that I would want in there. So it would have the custom train. It would have multiple productions. And I'm not just talking about just, your standard, pizza factory, standard, you know, stuff like that. I would put in name brand stuff. So it would never be available on console for the console people. It'd never be in the in-game mod hub. It would have to be a independent map. Kind of like how DJ and Stevie, did theirs. DJ did his on his itch.io. Stevie does it through a Google Drive. But I would put in some custom productions. I mean, we would be making pizza for Domino's. We'd be making, we'd have, name brand potato chips that we'd be making. We'd be making, we'd be making stuff for McDonald's. We'd be making French fries for McDonald's. We'd be making, burgers. There would be meat on that map. There would be, we'd be able to make steaks. We'd be able to make burgers. We'd be able to make hot dogs, sausage, bacon, the works. It would basically be, and I'm drawing a blanket to the name of the map. What was the name of the map back in, oh, it was in Farming Simulator 15. Trent, you probably know the answer. Jeff, you might know the answer. Farming Simulator 15. There was a map back then. It had a lot of custom productions like that. Had the big mining kind of stuff up in the north. I want to say maybe something Valley. What was the name of that map? It had a lot of custom stuff. It had a Taco Bell, or maybe we added the Taco Bell. I don't know. I think there was a Taco Bell there already. Was it Pleasant Valley? Something, I want to say it was something Valley. Maybe it was something County, but cannot remember the name of it. John would know. John would know the name of it. I cannot remember. The wheels are turning in my head. If you guys hear that squeaking sound, it's not the birds in the map. It's the wheels in my head turning, trying to think of the name of this map. It was something County. It was, and we broke that map. Was it Pleasant Valley? I want to say Pleasant Valley. That sounds right to me. But you could do Oreos. I mean, you could make Totino's pizzas. Lots of stuff. There's a whole vast expansion of opportunity out there. And now, Stevie, he brought in the mining stuff here so we can make like the metal rolls and stuff like that. You think about all the stuff you can make with metal. They're really not taking advantage of what you could do. I mean, they put in Hardware Bob's. So Hardware Bob's is a store in the base game of Riverbend Springs, right? Well, I mean, if you put the mining stuff in here and you're able to make metal, think about all the stuff you could make for Hardware Bob's. You could make, for production-wise, you could make nails and screws and hammers. You could take your small planks of wood or, the wood beams or something, and then take that lumber to where you can make the hardware, and then you can sell the hardware to hardware bobs. You know, it's just a whole, you know, whole expansion of stuff that you can do. No, I tell you, a number one thing I'd like to see is animated productions. Yeah, hand saws. Even hand saws would be good. But I would like to see animated productions. That would be pretty cool. Wouldn't it be great? You guys ever remember watching Mr. Rogers back on TV back in the day? And I'm really showing my age now. But Mr. Rogers, one of the segments on his show, a lot of times was how stuff was made. So he would show how like musical instruments were made. One popular one, he would show how crayons were made, stuff like that. To me, that's what would be cool to see in Farming Simulator, is how the stuff is actually made. Just an animated process of, you know, like the fruit of your rewards of harvesting the fields. So take for instance like your grain, like your wheat. So you take your wheat, you take it to the grain mill, right? It'd be nice to be able to go in the grain mill, see some type of animated process of how your wheat is ground into flour, and then how they package that into like the bags and boxes for flour, and then be able to take said flour and take it to the bakery, and then be able to go inside the bakery and see how they take the flour and, you know, the eggs, the milk, you know, and all this stuff, and how they make, you know, the cakes and all that stuff. It'd be nice to see the animated process of how all that stuff's made. Not only would it be really cool to see, it'd be educational too. Because a lot of people don't know what the actual processes is, you know, for a lot of this stuff. Like your oil. It'd be really cool to take your sunflower harvest, your sunflower seeds, take them down, see how they're turned into oil. Or even the soup factory. The soup factory would be really cool. Be able to see how they make the potato soup and the triple soup, the carrot soup, you know, all that stuff. And now that we have onions in the game, you know, they could make vegetable soup, onions, and it'd be really cool. Yeah, it'd be more immersive, but I think that's, you know, eventually that's where everything's going, you know. You got to make the games more immersive, otherwise you know, you keep dishing out the same game over and over again if you don't expand it. You know, and it's got to expand at a rate that it remains interesting. Now I know farming, you know, you think about farming. Farming is, you know, with the exception of equipment upgrades and stuff like that, farming is pretty much going to be the same over and over again. So you plant, you prepare your ground, you plant the seeds, you fertilize, you know, a lot of stuff that they do in different parts of the world. I know here, you know, they have irrigation here, so they'll have like the big, you'll see the big what do you call them, the irrigating things out in the field, you know, the big pipeline type things. Oh gosh, what are they called? You'll see those things, you know, spraying and, you know, shooting water out the end like a water sprinkler. What are those things called? God, I don't know, man. I think I need another Dr. Pepper. Irrigation booms or something like that. Irrigation something. I'm probably just drawing a blank here, but now they're not sprinklers. They look like sprinklers, but they're not. They're not. They got another name. Irrigation. Golly, man, I am not awake. I know the names of them. I'm gonna have to Google it. Trying to Google and watch my planter go at the same time here. It's not working out. Have to back up a little more. Alright, let's see. Pivot. Pivot irrigations. That's what it is. Anything else need doing? Yeah, these articulated tractors, they do not do a very good job. Looks like you've already rolled that. We need to take the solid fert and do some solid fert on our alfalfa fields. Dr. Pepper time. I'll always remember the old, I think he did a Dr. Pepper commercial too, but I always remember the old 80s commercial with Michael J. Fox where he's in a library and he asks out loud if anybody's got any change for the Pepsi machine. And everybody's like, shh, because, you know, it's the library. And he's like, well, you know, what do I do? You know, need to get a drink, but I'm trying to see if anybody's got any change, you know? And he prints out a picture of a can of Pepsi. And then he rolls it up so it's in the shape of a Pepsi can. And he tears off the top of it and it starts fizzing like it's a can of Pepsi. So he starts drinking out of that rolled up, printed out can of Pepsi, and then he wads up the paper and it sounds like he's wadding up a can of Pepsi, you know, an empty can, and tosses it in the thing. And that's pretty much the commercial, but I'll always remember that for some reason. Yeah, Michael J. Fox, he did commercials back in the day. I think he did a Dr. Pepper commercial too. Maybe it was for Diet Dr. Pepper, if I'm remembering right. He did it with, I want to say he did a commercial with like a supermodel. Or maybe the girl was just hot enough that it looked like a supermodel to me back in the day. But I want to say it was with somebody like a professional supermodel. Like, oh, what was their name? That one model's name. Like Cindy Crawford or somebody like that, maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm just remembering the commercial and it had somebody that looked like her on it. No, John Goodman. You know, a lot of celebrities did commercials. John Goodman, he did a commercial for I think it was 7 Up. He did some other commercials too. I know Jason Alexander, you know, George Costanza from Seinfeld, he did McDonald's commercials. Even old Steve Carell, you know, Michael Scott from Dunder Mifflin. He did some commercials. I'm trying to remember who that was for. Maybe it was McDonald's too. A lot of celebrities did a lot of commercials back in the day. That's how they got their start. Started out in advertising, and then they went on and pursued their acting dreams and landed some minor roles, some major roles, and the rest is history. So, if you still have that dream of moving out to California and becoming an actor, just remember you know. No role is not unimportant. You know, it might be a small little acting job for like a commercial or something, and then, you know, don't let that deter you because you never know what lies down the road. Look at Paul Rudd. He did a commercial for Super Nintendo, and then look where his career took him. Alright, so you guys on YouTube, we'll catch you in the next one. We'll come back and keep planting our beans here. So until the next time, remember you reap what you sow. Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you in the next one, YouTube. Bye.